Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today is unfolding completely different than I expected when I left my holiday home this morning. Yeah, so there was some really nice layers of fog when I left the holiday home, and I decided to go for some boats in the mist. So I drove to the city of Silkeborg, which is quite close, and there was no fog at all. So I thought, okay, I need a plan B, and so I got back in the car and drove to the highest point that I knew, hoping to look over those valleys that were filled with fog towards my holiday home. But there is so much fog here that I can't see anything. So, you know, I'm never complaining about fog, that it's too heavy, but today, whew, I need to switch my mindset for a minute here. So I decided to get up in this tower where I've been last year also, with some crazy results, and I was just hoping that this tower would be high enough to get me above the fog levels. But unfortunately, it's nothing like that. Just have a look. I'll bring you around. You know, the views from up here can be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, not today. So the problem with today is that I don't have that much time. I have about 1.5 hours, and then we're leaving to a zoo with my wife's family that lives here in Denmark. So I thought a little quick shoot this morning, make the most of the conditions here, and I'm totally messing up the opportunities. And I don't have a plan B. Not at all. I have no idea what to do or where to go to make use of this at this moment. So, yeah, great, absolutely great. So, yeah, I'm going back down. No use to stay up here. And let's rethink my options. See if I can walk into the forest in the back here. See if I can find something there. But yeah, no idea. No idea. So I'm always saying that there can't be enough fog. You know, there can never be enough fog in photography, but it can if you're not in the right spot. That is for sure. This was definitely not the right spot for the current conditions. And that is the whole trick with photography, to find the right conditions to match with the right position that you're at the right time of the day. And if you're able to do that, and if you're lucky enough to do that, then you can find some amazing images. But right here, this might look nice actually. Let's have a look. This is a nice tree. Totally planned it this way, but who cares? Let's have a look. Look at this grouping of trees here. That's nice. But how can I use it? That's the next question. So let's have a look. Maybe I can stand right in the middle. So let's have a look. What if I take a shot like this? I think that might be quite cool. I'm gonna have a look. Take the camera, wide angle, step in here, see if there is a shot inside. First thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a picture of the trees themselves from the outside here, because that looks quite nice, especially because the fog is reducing all that background there, so it really looks good. So if you look at it, you see, if you place the camera a bit like this, and I'm just trying to position myself a little bit to the left and the right to try and show as many trunks while they're not really intersecting one another. You can see if I turn to the left, then you see all this background appearing and the ground doesn't look really aesthetic. So I'm deliberately shooting it more in this direction, and I think that works way better to frame up the shot. So something totally different, but maybe that's just trying to adapt to conditions, to available time, just to focus on something, photograph something. So yeah, sometimes it's like that, you know, adapting to conditions. And that can go in the right way, you know, but if conditions don't work out and you still want to make something of your day, you just have to adapt. Try and find something that does suit the environment and the conditions you are in. And this is just a random thing I came across. That's how it goes sometimes, you know. Sometimes that is how it goes. So I think I made the most of this tree, and I was just counting. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trunks. 11 actually. This one is splitting in two. 11 trunks growing from one root down here, and there's even one that has probably broken off over time here. So you don't come across something like that quite often. So 12 tree trunks. What a massive thing. Amazing. So this is the shot from the inside. I think I can't do any better than this. And I'm gonna look for something else. So well, that isn't as easy as I thought. Took one shot on the inside, but it's difficult. So what I want to do is I want to emphasize that root system, because that is what makes this tree absolutely amazing. But the best shot is towards that side. But you can see in the background there is a shack and some sort of monument and some billboards. So it definitely doesn't look as aesthetic as I would want it to be. But I kind of came up with one angle that I liked. You see, if I go stand over here, you can see this is something I really like. And you can see into the tree with all the other trunks. But with the wide angle, in a portrait position, I also want to include a little bit of this foreground, so that you can see that all of this is one tree. The only negative is that I can see that stone back there. And the monument kind of belongs to this area. So I'm not really bothered by that, but it's that little shack that's visible through that gap over there. So it's really moving inches to the left and inches to the right to get this shot right. But if it does, it will be a real nice one. Something I definitely don't have in my portfolio. Maybe I'm wasting my time here, but I just like it, you know. If you come across something that you don't have at home, go for it. So I wanted to walk away from this awesome tree over here when I realized there was one more great shot over here. It doesn't really emphasize all the trunks, but it is a really nice shot. So let me turn you around and show you. You see, I was thinking about something like this, where you can position that broken trunk on the bottom, and then left and right the trunks, and then those other trunks in the back. So you don't see all 12 of them, but you do see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trunks, which actually is quite amazing. And I have the 8-25 on the camera, and this is the first time in about 6 months that I'm using this lens that I'm thinking, I should have brought the 7-14. But you can't have them all, and I think this is a cracker shot. So I'm gonna take it, and this is it. So somehow my microphone wasn't working on this last clip, but I'm gonna talk over this last part because it's a really nice image that's coming up. And I walked around the tree and I wanted to leave, but then I realized this tree was so unique that I thought I'm not walking away before I found the most perfect shot of the tree that I could make of it. And I wasn't sure that I found it already, but that was until I found this shot. So let me show you what I was looking at, because where I'm sitting right now, I've got this beautiful sight on all these trunks, and I'm trying not to include all the background on the left and the right. So I'm only going to look at the trunks and then a little bit of that bottom section. But what intrigued me the most of this shot, that's that tree over there with that heart shape carved into it. So somehow that trunk is, different. So let me show you this shot, because this is a story instead of a tree. There's something to walking around your subject for about half an hour, finding the perfect angle. And I think that last shot with a little bit of those trunks, that heart shaped carved into the tree, that is a bit of a meaningful shot that has something to it, that little extra punch. And I think in post-processing I'm going to darken these front trees a little bit and lighting up those back trees some more. I think that's the process that I'm going to put to it. And someone just walked by, awkward, didn't notice him at all. So, but you know, this is it. This is why you're out here. finding subjects like this, amazing. So as you can see behind me, the tower is still completely inside that big layer of fog. I can see some blue sky up here now, but I think the fog is going to clear way too late to get some nice views here from that tower. So I'm going to end today's video here. I think I've got enough material from that one tree, and I hope this makes a nice video, a little bit more about composition and finding a subject. Totally didn't expect to make a video of this, but I think it's going to be worth it. So let me know in the comments, what did you think of this video? Was it worth watching? Was the subject interesting enough? I have no idea. Let me know. So if you enjoyed it, then please push that thumbs up button and leave a comment. And there's also a subscribe button underneath here. If you haven't subscribed already, then please consider subscribing. Weekly new videos all about landscape, nature photography, and yeah, OM system cameras, editing, you know, everything that comes with photography is covered on this channel. Not only the good, but also the bad photos, so that we can all learn from what works and what doesn't work. So thanks for watching. I hope to see you next time, and from a foggy Denmark, bye bye.